So the question that I have for today's AGA session is by Christina from Arizona, USA. So her question is all about focus and how to not get distracted. Okay, before I head into the question, Pranam Namaste, my name is Garret. My mission as a life coach is to help people realize their infinite potential by tapping into spirituality, law of attraction, and feng shui. I'm very blessed to be trained under a Himalayan yogi who's taught me the ways of the yogic teachings as well as spirituality, which is the whole umbrella of life. So before I start off the question, please make sure you guys remember to hit like, subscribe, and comment your learnings in the comment section below. It's also always nice to know where you guys are tuning in from so we could connect within this space. I'm dedicated to make 4 videos a week to spread more light and positivity out there to the world. Okay, so with that, let's head into the question. So the question goes like this. Hi Garret, I've watched some of your videos and noticed you have a segment called Ask Garret Anything, which is quite interesting. I've got a question for you as it's something I'm struggling with each day. I'm doing my first year of study in my university. However, it's my first time staying apart from my parents and I've finally got lots of freedom to do what I want with my friends. Many of the friends that I hang out with in campus are causing me lots of distractions. Can you teach me a way to get myself focused on studying so I won't be distracted by them? Thank you for answering my questions in advance. Christina from Arizona, USA. Okay, so thinking about focus, let's talk about focus, right? So this question is first thing we need to first understand. Okay, we are just like a ball of light. Okay, I would like to say this first. So we must first understand how the mind works before we can tackle this question all about focus. Okay, so usually, right, in a lot of spirituality, especially in like monks, okay, monks, yogis, as well as people that do a lot of intense meditations. The first thing that whenever we embark into spiritual path, right, we will first notice that we need to first learn how to tame the mind, okay, because the mind always throws out thoughts and it is an advanced tool, okay, so it's not wrong that it's doing its thing. It's always wondering and thinking of stuff, okay, so that's why we get distracted, okay, by people, or get distracted by objects, technology, whatever that you like to say, okay, we call ourselves being distracted, okay. So in the yogi's way or in the monk's way, okay, we must first understand that in this mind, okay, in this space, okay, in the head space, there's actually 2 items that you need to understand, okay. There's the first thing, which is the awareness, okay. Awareness itself is just like a ball of light. So you must know that you are just a ball of light, okay. Anything in this physical body is just the physical body that you brought along with, okay. But aside from that, you're just awareness. This thing is a ball of light, okay. Then the second thing is you need to understand is the mind, okay. So in the head space, there's mind and there's the awareness. So these 2 objects, okay. So basically the intellect, I would call the awareness the intellect, okay. Then the mind is what's within the mind is basically our food cravings, what we want to eat, what we like to drink, all the sex drive, things that we love to do, things that we don't love to do, jealousy, hate, anger, shame. All these emotions are all within part of the mind, okay. And the other part of the mind will basically be your hobbies, the movies you like to watch, creativity, music, okay. Then another aspect of your mind could be the type of work that you like to do, the aspirations, okay. So there's multiple parts of different things all in different parts of your mind, okay. Whereas the awareness, certain times you learn to put this awareness in different parts of your mind, then it lights up that aspects of the brain, okay. So if you are distracted, what would likely happen is the ball of light is actually moving around different parts of your brain at different times, okay. So this is why we call ourselves distracted, okay. So it's not predominantly the brain doing its thing. You must first understand the brain is just the tool that helps us create our tasks, okay, help us act on our tasks basically. So it helps us do it in the most logical aspects. Okay, so never blame the brain for doing its thing. Okay, don't blame the brain for doing its own thing. Okay, so we must understand that once you are bringing the understanding of the awareness to the specified task that you're trying to put into, so it is take for instance, you're jealous of that person. Okay, so that awareness goes into jealousy, then you focus on that jealousy, then jealousy grows within you. So that's why shifting and understanding awareness is very vital information. Okay, so know this, awareness itself is energy. Okay, so in the law of thermodynamics, we must understand energy can be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. Okay, so this is the law of thermodynamics. Okay, so we learn this all in school. Okay, so the awareness itself is energy. So whatever you put your focus on expands. Okay, so this is the basic understanding that you need to understand in order for you to learn how to focus. So a lot of people might have said that, oh, my friends are so in your basis, right, you are saying that your friends are causing you to distract. But know this, in the first place, are your friends holding a gun to your head and forcing you to do the things with them? If not, then you need to understand that you have a choice. Understand? Humans all have a choice. Whenever we always say that we are busy with our lives each day. Okay, on a daily basis, we're so busy with our day-to-day things. We can't. One of the most common stuff that I like to hear people say is, I got no time to meditate. Oh, okay, you got no time to meditate, but you got 2 hours a day, or you spend 2 hours of time, you can go out and meet friends and enjoy, you can go out for drinks and party, and you can't just spend like 15 minutes a day to do meditation. So know this is all about your likes and your desires, you see, and whatever that you tell yourself, nobody is holding a gun to your head telling you to do it, you see. So you must first understand that your desires must be strong. So always know what is your why behind you do certain things. Okay, and when you bring your understanding to that why, if that why is that important for you to do it, you will do it. Okay, so if you blame it on your friends, saying that they are the cause of your distraction, then know this, the distraction is from yourself. Is your deep down you're feeling so much freedom suddenly because you're saying that you're living apart from your parents right now. So it gives you immense amount of freedom, which you most likely wouldn't have so much in the past, right? So right now, with this newfound freedom that you have when you're staying in campus, okay, most likely you're enjoying the whole process. It's not wrong that you're enjoying this whole process, because this is part and parcel of life, right? You need to go above, you need to explore what you never had in the past, right? That's to give you more fulfilling journeys in your life. But know this, you must know what is your main objective. Your main objective in campus is for you to graduate and get a degree so that you could go out there to the working world, right? So that is your main objective. So need to make sure that this desire is the predominantly strongest intent that it holds within you. So yes, you can go out party with friends, go out and have fun, you can go and eat, drink and be merry, right? But know this, ultimately you need to pull your focus back into your studies. Okay, so once it gets out of hand, then you no longer can study. So now go into your question, how can you learn to focus? A lot of people say that they can't focus because of technology. Okay, this is the most simplest thing. They say that, oh, technology is causing me because I'm distracted by any phone calls or any WhatsApps or whatever social media. Once it sends you a notification, oh, immediately, you are my master, I give you attention straight away. So know this, the moment when that phone rings with the notification, then you are immediately pulling your distraction, you're pulling your attention, your focus, your awareness into the notification. Then as soon as you respond, you are already telling your subconscious, you're already telling your mind that, okay, this is right and I should keep doing it. Okay, so I probably created a video in one of my TikTok videos, right? I've actually mentioned before. It is our brains, right, is actually, we human beings, we fall under this category of law of practice. Okay, so what do we do in law of practice? So take for example, each day there's 24 hours, okay, and you spend on average, most people spend maybe 7 to 8 hours a day just to sleep, okay, and on average they are left with 16 hours of their time, and in that 16 hours, let's put it that way, okay, we put it 13 hours, okay, they spend 13 hours a day practicing distraction. So by the law of practice, if you're practicing things at 13 hours a day of intensity, so take for instance, you're practicing distraction throughout the day of 13 hours, okay, you're gonna get really good at being distracted, okay. So if you keep focusing on distraction, so when a lot of people are supreme multitasker, right, they keep focusing on doing various tasks at one time, then they are gonna be superb at being distracted, okay. So when you say you want to learn how to focus, first thing is to shut off anything that would hinder you and create you the desire to be distracted. That's the very, very most important aspects that you need to learn, okay. So nobody is forcing you to do something that you don't want to do, okay. So you must first understand this point, then understand that through the law of practice, whatever you focus on will keep expanding, okay. And if you practice 13 hours a day focusing on what you do, you're gonna get really good at it, even if you don't have the necessary skills to do it. So by practicing one point focus is what we in the spirituality or the spiritual path, what we actually do each day. So we always practice one point meditation, one point focus in our meditation. That's where you focus one thing, doing one thing right, and doing one thing good at that point. You see, being now all the time. So being present, don't think about the future, don't think about the past, okay, only being here and now, just be, okay. So practicing doing one task at a time will teach you how to not be distracted. So if your friends or your schoolmates are actually trying to tell you, oh, come on, let's go out for a party, then tell yourself this: it's simple, do not get distracted. All you need to do is cater a set of rituals. So I've created videos on TikTok as well saying how important rituals are. So perhaps throughout the day, maybe you could split your, say, maybe 10 hours a day. So throughout this whole 10 hours, maybe you cater like 4 hours of studies, okay. And I'm not sure what's it like to be in uni, because I have never went to uni, right? So I don't know how's the schools, the schedules are being broken down. But know this: whatever that you catered for that day for studies, just spend that amount of time focusing on studies. No touching of phones, no meeting up with your friends, no doing other things, no listening to music. Just focus one point on that task, studying, okay. And with that, after that 4 or 5 hours that you catered for that period to study, then go do whatever that you want. After that 4 to 5 hours that you catered for, maybe if you form it into a timetable, okay, or what we call rituals, okay. Maybe 2 hours for you to socialize, or maybe 2 hours just for you to shower, eat, and do all these accommodations or this kind of stuff, okay, things like that. So learn to break your times up into rituals, okay. And when you practice rituals throughout the day, you're gonna have consistency, and throughout this consistent period of practice, you're gonna be really good at focusing, okay. And when you learn how to focus, nobody can distract you, okay. So I hope you've learned something from this video, and if you do, please make sure to hit like, comment your learnings, and subscribe, okay. With that, I end off my video. Pranam, namaste.